Hey, Sneak Peekers, welcome back to the podcast. Today I am Sydney.
Oh, I'm Allie.
I'm Molly.
I'm Sasha Faye.
Lay and our gang today is going to be talking about the Golden Globes this year and all of our thoughts on the overall show, maybe some celebrity tea, and most importantly, our favorite looks from the carpet. So let's just dive right in. I guess first we can just talk about what do we think about this year's Golden Globes?
I have thoughts, a lot of thoughts. I'm wearing pink. I know Sydney's also wearing a Malibu Barbie shirt because we are big believers that Barbie got snubbed, and
Yeah.
I'm really bitter about it. Yeah. So I definitely have some thoughts about that. Anybody else?
I feel like I'm always disappointed because I always want not I don't want to say the underdog, but like
Mhm.
I always have my opinions about who I think should win.
Yeah.
And the people that always end up winning are like the people I thought would win,
Yeah.
but never the people I want to win, and that really was the case this year.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
On a positive note, one thing that I did like that was from the Barbie movie adjacently was Billie Eilish's Golden Globe, which
Yes.
makes her one award short of an EGOT. So,
That's so crazy. I
yeah,
read that in your notes and I didn't know that. Like, is she just
yeah,
missing the Tony at this point?
Tony. And
Oh
so
my
she's been
God.
kind of over the last year dipping her toes in musical theater,
Okay.
with, like her Nightmare Before Christmas show special she did last
Oh,
year and a few other things. So I'm interested to see if she's gonna kind of over the next year or so transition a little bit into some musical theater stuff. So but I thought it was really cool because the youngest person ever to get EGOT status was
that's
39 and she's only 22 and she just won't let her short. So that's
so impressive.
literally has 17 years to break the record. So,
She's got
like,
time.
she's got time. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Next 17 years, she's gonna be writing a musical and
yeah.
it's gonna blow us all away. Yeah.
So even
I
though Barbie definitely was snubbed, I'm happy Billy did
Yeah.
get her Golden Globe.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I was getting so bitter about the Barbie snubs as we were watching it. Like, I think I texted you, Sydney, that I was like, I think for best song or what I can't remember the name of the category she won, the best song one. I was like, watch they give just the sound of the bomb exploding. Like
Yeah.
the
And
award.
Oppenheimer did win best
Yes.
overall
Sound
track.
design, I
Like
think, yeah,
that.
or best track. Yeah, I was like, I was getting so angry. Nothing against Oppenheimer. I was just expecting Barbie to win more. But I am really happy for Billy and that they won that award that was brand new. Barbie, like the box office
Yes,
achievement.
the box office hit.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
awesome.
super cool. And what I do love is I noticed in a lot of TikToks, Taylor Swift was like the first one to stand up when Barbie won, even though the Eras Tour movie lost in that category. Like she flew out of her chair and was cheering so loud. And like it was so sweet. It was like such a cute girlhood moment. All the women in the room
So
standing
good.
up cheering for it. I was such a big like fan of that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Any other awards that kind of stood out to you guys?
I don't know, like nothing really comes to mind. I just everything that you said where like it was again like deep down, I wasn't really expecting Barbie to win that many because as great of a movie as I think Barbie was and as many achievements as it has like that it had this past year, I feel like the past award shows have shown us that like the fun movie never is going to beat out the like serious movie even though Barbie had
Yeah.
serious,
Yeah.
like undertones and themes, but I was sad that it didn't win, but there was a part of me that was like not surprised,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but I wish it had won more for sure.
Yeah, I'll be
yeah,
interested to see how the Oscars kind of take on
Me
that.
too. I hope the
I
Oscars does better.
Hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
Sasha, did you have
I
something to say?
oh yeah, I don't know, I'm super biased because like like I produce on like a sketch comedy show and I just love comedy in general. Even in any like short films I've made, I don't know, I struggle to do like stuff like more dramatic, so like I'm like super biased towards comedy, and but no, I was sad about Barbie, and I hate that, like, like y'all said, there's just kind of like a weird bias against more like fun films. And the thing with like Barbie, like, yeah, it does touch on like really serious topics, and I cried in the
Me
theater.
too. I was sobbing and I wasn't expecting it. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I cried like so hard, but like, this opinion's gonna get me in trouble with film bros, but it's like more like women-centered movies. I feel like I want to see more like women-centered movies like get praise and recognition that aren't like super serious or like about super triggering topics or like stuff like that. Like, I think, we need to what is it? I think like overall in life, society, um, I wish there could be like more like especially in like awards, like more like recognition about like
Yeah.
how huge of a deal I guess it is to have like a movie like this when it's, I feel like, not as common, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna stop myself right here because like this will be like a 1 hour rant.
No, I totally felt that.
No, I agree too. Like, I think, okay, I'm not trying to say I don't think Christopher Nolan didn't deserve best directing. I think I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I need to see it, but he's a great director. I just wish Greta Gerwig had gotten the best directing award because, she made history, especially for female filmmakers. Like, wasn't she, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she was the first female director like to solo go at a project and it make over $1 billion. Like,
Yep.
that was such a
Mhm.
big deal for like female filmmakers, women in like this industry in general, like, or just, just women in business standpoints, that was such a big deal. And so in my head, I thought Greta had that in the bag. And so when she didn't win it, I think that's what hurt me the most is that I just think she deserved more recognition that night. And I hope with the Oscars, maybe if we can get some redemption in that period, like in that recognition for Greta. But that part did make me kind of sad that Greta didn't get that.
Yeah.
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 I feel like when it comes to director awards, it's so much more. I mean, I think I don't agree with this, but I feel like it's always so much more like their movie that they made that year, and it
Yeah.
fails to recognize like their achievement. And so it's like, yeah, okay, Christopher Nolan made a movie about a bomb that was a good movie. Like, I
Yeah.
liked it, but yeah, you do have to kind of take into consideration everything that Greta Gerwig did. And like, I don't know, I just don't think that anybody else could have taken, not anybody else, but very few people could have taken a Barbie movie and made it what it is,
Yeah.
especially when you do have a society that's so quick to push back to stuff like this.
Hmm.
And like, I think that the director awards were just comparing their two movies, and that doesn't really seem fair to me, but I don't know. It is
Yeah.
what it is, I guess.
No, I
Hopefully the
agree with
Oscars are different.
Yeah, I really agree. Sydney, did you have any thoughts?
No, just all the exact same. I'm just hoping for more justice for Greta. I think she's such an
Yeah.
incredible filmmaker and she has proven time and time again her range. And so
Mhm.
I'm really hoping for this award season, whether that's the Emmys, the Oscars, we can really see some more justice for Barbie.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
a lot on film. Did you guys have any thoughts on the television side of the awards? I know Succession, sweet,
Yeah.
definitely interesting. The Bear had a very big win. What are y'all's thoughts?
I loved I need to watch, okay, I've seen the first seasons of both of those. I need to finish both The Bear and or
Mhm.
catch up on The Bear and finish Succession. But it was so fun seeing Succession sweep for their final time, a part of that show. And I personally laughed really hard at, I forget which Culkin brother is it in Succession? Kieran Culkin. Okay. I know it's not Macaulay Culkin, but I laughed so hard when he like called out Pedro Pascal during his acceptance speech. And like Pedro was such a good sport about it. I was rooting for Pedro in that category of best male actor in a series or whatever. But I was happy to see the big wins. It was really nice.
Yeah, I think there
I,
was something like super special about that. Just as you said, like for their like it's like the last time the show will really be recognized like in
Mhm.
the critical acclaim, and it has done a lot for television. So it was cool to see that like big of a sweep. What were you gonna
Yeah.
say, Sasha?
um, yeah, I can't really say much for Succession or The Bear because I've not watched either yet. I need to. But
Yeah.
I guess for TV, because I, I don't even know if this show would even been eligible for this year. I think it might be for the Emmys,
Okay.
but Better Call Saul. I'm a huge
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul fan, and I'm so upset, like, Better Call Saul in, like, its entire run, like, for some reason hasn't done as well with
Mhm.
awards with Breaking Bad, even though they're, like, both amazing shows, but yeah, sorry, I don't have much to add for
No,
the
you're
television.
good. Yeah.
Good.
Or I'm glad, what is it? Ayo Ediviri. I'm glad she won.
Her acceptance speech was
I've
so
been
cute.
rooting for her.
Yeah.
I love her, and I loved her pictures with Jeremy after
Yes.
both of their
Oh,
awards, both
The
winning for
one
the
of them like
year.
kissing it. Like,
Yes, it was
yes, we
so
need to
cute.
insert it in. It was so cute. Like I haven't even watched I've watched some of the bear and like I saw that picture and I was like, fine, I'll watch the bear. Like
Yeah.
so cute. Um, but yeah, and I'm not trying to sound super bitter, but I'm also mad. I wanted Daisy Jones to get some award that night. Maybe
oh,
they'll
I
get stuff
love
at the
Daisy Jones.
Emmys. Yeah. Maybe at the Emmys. I think they're nominated at the
Yeah.
Emmys for some stuff, but I I know it was like there were so many good TV shows that it was hard to compete, but I was like it was so good and for a book to TV show adaptation that was like for the girlies to get nominated was so exciting to me, you know? So I wish I had won more or won anything. But
Yeah, I feel like especially with limited series, I don't know, it's like I can't really think of a lot of like book to TV adaptations like in recent times besides Stacey Jones.
yeah,
Um, like I don't even know how to explain it, but that show's like so special to me.
it
Um,
was so good.
it was such like it was such a fun watch, but it was also like super emotional too. But yeah, there are like a lot of great TV shows though, so it's like damn, it was like a really stacked competition.
Yeah. I do want to say this is random, but I was seeing some of like the red carpet coverage from before the show, and there was an interview, I don't remember which publication it was or company, but it was them talking to Sam Claflin, and he was such a hardcore Barbie fan, and he was wanting Barbie to win like so bad, and I was like, that's the energy we needed in the room that night because I'm sure we want to get into like the Barbie jokes that were said that, kind of objectified Barbie. Um,
Let's just
and
hop in there. The number one
yeah,
topic on
yeah,
everyone's Golden Globe coverage, the
yeah,
host. What
the
happened?
host.
Like, let's just get into it.
I think Sneak Peek should have hosted, or if they couldn't get us, maybe Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig, because their little 5-minute monologue that they had in the middle of the show was so hilarious. And I don't
So
know, they need to get them, or we can do it. I mean, twist my arm, but
I'll be
yeah.
there. No, I
uh,
completely agree.
yeah.
I think, I don't know, just the whole room didn't seem to be having it. I wasn't having it.
I
Like,
don't think there were
never
real.
mind even like the misogyny, just overall, like even the jokes that weren't misogynistic, like I did not find them funny. Like I didn't find myself
Yeah.
laughing. Sometimes I was
Yeah.
laughing out of like absurdity, like
Like what's
how
happening.
did we get to
Yeah.
this point? But no, for me, it wasn't working for me. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping next year we go in a different direction for sure.
Yeah. I don't think there were real laughs because if you when they showed the the audience, I didn't really see anyone like rolling their heads back laughing, but you would hear like some laughs. So I'm like wondering if like there were no laughs in the room and then the producers were quickly hitting like a laugh track or something,
Yeah.
like the room was awkward for sure. And then like the nail in the coffin was like the Taylor Swift and Barbie jokes. Like two giant like female achievements of the year and they've been reduced to these really rude kind of below the belt jokes that I think the Barbie one was super out of pocket too. Like it was so messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was funny because this morning I woke up and I typed in just who into Google and the number one search is who is Joe Coy. Like over who is Gypsy Rose Blanchard too, which I
Oh
just
man.
thought was funny. But I think like the thing is I tried to picture like if if it let's say it was Ricky Gervais who was making these
Mhm.
jokes, somebody who people know is gonna take it too far, who's gonna make these jokes.
Yeah.
I still don't think they would have landed
Yeah.
and they shouldn't have. I don't think that your status should, get you away with stuff like this, but
Yeah.
the fact that it was this guy who, like, nobody knew,
He's not well
who
known
just
enough. Yeah.
right, like, he had
Yeah.
the audacity to come up here and a host is gonna make roasts and a host is gonna make jokes and that are, maybe not the most, like,
That might
I don't
not
know.
land. Yeah.
Right, kind of risky, but he just took it so far and nobody knew who he was, at least from a public standpoint. Maybe the people in the audience did, but I just think that the mix of the two really, it was just one big like dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like immediately apologized when he made the Taylor Swift joke. Like
Mhm.
the tension in that room was palpable, like you could really feel it from being in my living room thousands of miles away from it, like it was
Right.
so bad. And like they just weren't like to go from like Oppenheimer's this super big film like, that was based on a Pulitzer Prize winning thing to then just like objectifying Margot Robbie and Barbie, like it just felt icky and I wasn't a fan of it,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I yeah, I guess I'll start with like Taylor Swift and Barbie. Like with Taylor Swift, like some people, might argue like, oh, she's being sensitive, like it wasn't even that big of a joke. But like I I don't know, for me it's like, people are allowed to be, sensitive or like uh, and because it was like unfortunately she was like damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. Like, if she, like, no matter, like, what reaction, unfortunately, I think, like, people, like, are gonna, like, make stuff up. Like, had she, like, smiled, like, the NFL fans probably, like, find some way to, like, be mean about it. Or, like, the way I kind of read it was, like, she's, like, trying, like, not to give a super strong reaction, but of course,
Yeah.
like I mean, I don't, I can't read minds, but like, it seemed like it just didn't, like, especially whenever like, I think people like, or let me rephrase that. I think in general, because like earlier this week or something, like I think it was like on CNN. It was like an article because there was like a New York Times op-ed. Now to be fair, like I haven't read this op-ed, so like I'm probably gonna get some wrong, but there were some parts that were like alleged to have like speculated on her sexuality. Um, and there's kind of like this subsection of her fan base, like the Gaylors. And Taylor, like in her prologue 1989's, like had to, try to like temper down like people speculating on her sexuality. And then like her, I don't know, it was like, because I think the journalists were seeing it, and it's like a well respected person who's like reported before on like political misinformation and stuff. So like, we don't know if like someone from her team and it's like again having to do this and then going to like the Golden Globes and kind of having to deal with that. I think that part some kind of got I think that's like added context, I guess, to like understand. And with Barbie, yeah, to kind of with Barbie, it's like I don't get like I guess the joke, what it's supposed to be, because there's this concept in comedy, and it's like punching down versus punching up, and it just felt like it to me it felt like punching down because like not it's very true that like women directors unfortunately are just like really underrepresented already, and it's like one of the few times like they're able to like be able to have like a huge shot at like awards shows, and then you have like just people like objectifying and stuff, and it's just like so annoying because like that kind of behavior is already like normalized. Like I knew someone like in like a group chat I was in or whatever who would like constantly, in my opinion, like objectify actresses and stuff, but everybody just kind of excuse it like, oh, that's just this dude, and it's sorry, I'm like going way off tangent, but like yeah, I feel like that kind of behavior it's just excused too much, and like pun I just don't like seeing like punching down on an awards show, and hopefully that's something that can be like improved in the future and everyone can grow.
No, I totally agree. And I think like after the backlash of this, they're finally going to realize, okay. And like the Golden Globes like weren't even aired for like a couple years because of such terrible controversy in the past. I think even a bit of it revolving around host choices. So I'll be interested to see what happens next year. But I think in terms of award shows in general, this was definitely like a big moment. Like, okay, we had so many amazing female accomplishments this year, and they were just completely undermined with how you explained Sasha with punching down. And so I definitely think this will be like a major turning point for the award circuit, hopefully. But kind of pivoting off of that, I know we talked a lot about Taylor already, but we definitely had a lot of key celebrity tea, celebrity moments at the camera. One of my personal favorites was Jennifer Lawrence saying, "If I don't win, I'm leaving."
It
And then
was
being
so
the first
funny.
one to jump up for Poor Things. I thought that was
Yes,
so perfect.
was
But
so
yeah,
funny.
no, I think there was a lot of big celebrity moments. Even if the host was lacking, I think we got some good content overall. So what do you guys think?
No, it was so hilarious. I was such a fan. Like I just love Jennifer Lawrence. Like she's so unserious, but also like you like she could have hosted and I would have eaten it up, you know? Like she was so hilarious. And yeah, the whole if I don't win, I'm leaving, and then being the first one of the first people to like stand up and be cheering for Emma Stone was just so adorable. And you can tell she's joking too, which I think is maybe something they could have learned for writing these jokes. But yeah, I was a fan of that. I also really liked um just I think there was so much speculation about Taylor Swift, and like there's no proof to go with it. The whole night of like Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, and Kelly Teller like gossiping, and then there was like that took off without any
Nothing.
um yeah, anything to back it up. Like what were y'all's thoughts on that?
That
I
whole
just thought it, oh, sorry, you
oh,
go.
oh okay, sorry. That whole thing, I don't know why, but this is like such a while ago, but it reminded me of Harry Styles, Chris Pine, the Spitgate.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's so many like theories about that, and
Yeah.
love it because like it was just super like silly, low stakes gossip. Like people like trying to analyze like did he like spit on him?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with the like people, trying to like lip read and stuff. Like
The only
it's
thing
so silly.
No, I'm sorry. The only thing when I was seeing all those videos about what they were saying, the only thing I think you could really hear in one of those videos that had sound was Kelly Teller maybe saying with Timothy, but there's nothing else to
No.
back up any more of that conversation. They could have like Sydney, I think you were saying before this, like they could have been like, "Oh, did you see Kylie Jenner's here?" And then she could have been like, "Oh my gosh, with Timothy," or like
Yeah.
it could have just been like, "Oh, I got a picture with Timothy." Like it could have been anything, and there's still not much to like back up, even if that is what they said. That could be your own opinion if that's what she said with Timothy and stuff. Like it was just so crazy, and I totally agree. It's kind of like the did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine thing. Like it was so ridiculous. But yeah.
What were you gonna say, Molly?
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, I think it was so funny because it's so reflective of the internet. Like, people are picking sides for drama that we have no idea if it even
Oh,
exists, and
there.
the fact that like my For You page on TikTok, like every other video is trying to like decipher what they were saying, and I want to know what they were saying, but I just like the people picking sides is wild to me, and I love it.
So insane. Like
I
My
I
favorite
feel like
thing this morning was
it's
my For You page kind of turned, and instead of being deciphered, it was was people saying, I was actually at the Golden Globes,
no way.
and this is
How?
what happened. Selena went up to Timothy, and Kylie was like, yo, that's my man. And then Timothy, as an apology, gave her a chocolate bar because he's Wonka. Like,
Oh my
making
god.
crazy
Stop.
stories that are so, like, obviously fake, obviously satire, but it's just in a hilarious way to, like, turn the story around.
So funny. Oh my god. Like can you unless you were like an A-list celebrity or you were an assistant working for the Golden Globes, like how were you in that room? You know,
Yeah.
because I know they have like the overflow room of like maybe not the A-list celebrities I've heard, but like I want proof that you were in that room.
No.
Like that is so funny. Yeah, that moment was so crazy. And then let's see, I'm trying to look through my notes, see like what else we that was so crazy that happened that night. Um, I don't know, do you guys have anything?
Those were kind of my two big ones that I really noticed.
Oh, I do have stuff to say about just the red carpet stuff beforehand. Did y'all see the video of J-Lo or Brie Larson meeting J-Lo? Um, it was so adorable. I'll send it to you guys like in our Slack afterwards if you haven't seen it. But Brie Larson was getting interviewed, I think, by Entertainment Tonight for lessons in chemistry, which is why she was there. And J-Lo starts walking up behind her. And I guess Brie Larson's a huge J-Lo fan, like loves J-Lo. And she like it was so pure and like the cutest moment. She was just like she started crying when J-Lo came up and she was like, "You
Oh,
mean so much to me. Like you're the reason I wanted to become an actress." Because I think it was when J-Lo played Selena, was the film that Brie loved so much. And it was just absolutely adorable. And I think I watched it on TikTok like 100 times because it was just like such good vibes. But um yeah, and then the recess therapy kids meeting, if you guys have ever seen that show, when they met the Barbie cast was also so
oh,
adorable. And I think goes to show just how much Barbie meant to such a young audience, to females, like the female audience, or just like humans in general. Like I another reason why I think it deserved more recognition, but like if just go look at that video, it was so adorable of them like being like, "Oh my God, it's Barbie." You know, like it was so cute.
no. I totally agree. There were so many cute moments on the red carpet, but I think one thing we can transition to on the red
Mhm.
carpet was definitely the fashion.
Yes.
I found this year, I don't know, overall, I really like the fashion, but it didn't like blow me away like other years in the past. But there definitely were some big standouts for me
Yeah.
on both ends of the spectrum. So let's get the more negative, I guess, side of it over with first. What were some of your guys' least favorite looks?
I feel like a couple of us put this on our list. I was not a fan of Natasha Lyonne's dress. I didn't like it. I think if they had made the like points that the dress came to a little shorter, it would have been serving, but it wasn't my favorite. I like how could she move in that dress too? That's what I was trying to
She sit
figure out.
down. I got
Yay!
a video of her sitting because I have no idea. I have no
She was
idea.
standing the whole time in the back. Yeah.
I love what people are calling that look. Personally for me, it's an upside down tooth. That's what I'm going with.
Oh
So
my gosh. I see it. Yeah.
yeah,
It's so funny. Dentists loved it. Yeah.
yeah. A great day for dentists.
9 out of 10 dentists approve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
good.
I think another big one that kind of divided the internet was Rosamund Pike.
Yeah.
For me, it didn't work.
It
looked
wasn't my
like an
favorite.
Oh,
I
damn.
liked it.
You guys
that
liked it?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think
Give
we're
me thoughts.
divided. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I liked the funeral look, like considering she was there for Saltburn and like
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody here's seen Saltburn, but I'm gonna spoil it. There's 3 funerals. Like
Yeah.
it really worked in conjunction with Saltburn, and I loved it. Like also with Gone Girl, like I know Gone Girl was years and years and years ago, but that's what I will always associate her with, and so like I just loved it. Perfect.
No.
That makes sense. I do like the paying homage to like the film you're representing, which we can get into it in a second. Like, Margot Robbie's been doing that like all year. But so I see from that standpoint, I think it was good. Just like stylistically, it wasn't my favorite.
I get that for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. I wrote down some I didn't love.
I didn't really like Jason Sudeikis. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a purple t-shirt. I guess I couldn't see the sleeves, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's just like it kind of like looks like a dry fit t-shirt, and then a brown suit jacket. And that was what he rocked up with. And like respect, like I'm not famous enough to pull up to the Golden Globes skirt. So
Yeah.
that's fine. I don't know. I feel like this year specifically, we did get a lot of men
Yeah.
not just wearing the classic suit, which I was really excited
Yeah.
about because that's what we always get. And
Yeah.
like, Bailey and
He
like
looked so good.
like Jeremy Allen White, like they all like completely like changed that narrative, which I love. But then I was like, okay, maybe you're changing it a little too much.
I've heard that Jason Sudeikis is not the biggest fan of how the last season of Ted Lasso turned out. Maybe
Yeah.
this could have been a protest. Maybe he could have been like,
I'm
I'm
here.
not gonna dress up for
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
all respect to that if that's the case. But
Comfortable.
yeah, he was choosing comfortable chic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that guy. He's one of the one actors that like he just never fails to make me smile. So like even though his outfit wasn't my fave, I was just like, you do you, Jason. Yeah. I do agree. Like there's always such the boring, like normal black suit look. Like so sometimes it's hard to comment on the guys' outfits because they all look the same. But I do agree, Jonathan Bailey showed up and showed out. He looked so amazing. He was showing off that watch he had on. Like I feel like that was his like main accessory. And then Jeremy Allen White had the regular black suit, but the sheer shirt underneath, kind of elevated it a bit. So I liked that one a lot.
I liked it.
Yeah.
One Molly I saw on your list that you weren't a fan of was Selena Gomez.
Which
So
is so controversial because let me just put it out there. I love Only Murders in the Building, one of my favorite shows. I use Rare Beauty every day. I was a fan of Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, let me put it out there that I love Selena Gomez. I just didn't like the like angle, like dress, and I don't know. I just didn't like it. Like I saw it and I was like, okay, she could do something better in my opinion, but like who am I to speak on that? I love Selena Gomez. I just the dress wasn't doing it for me, and that's okay because the tea made up for it.
And I totally agree with that. I don't know, like for me, it wasn't working. I was a little scared to say it wasn't working. So I am glad that you were brave enough to write that down because I was nervous.
No, because Selena seems so untouchable, because everyone just loves her. And but I think I agree with your statement that just the cut at the bottom, like it was kind of like a slanted cut or something. I don't remember. I think if it had been like a straight across the floor skirt, I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, okay. I think I would have been a bigger fan of it too. Like the top half was amazing. I think
Up
the
the
skirt
top.
part
Mhm.
was the only part that was kind of bugging me.
I
Yeah.
No.
agree.
And I think
Yeah.
the fabric that went with it made the cut seem even more like
Yeah,
dramatic.
that's a good point.
And I think that
Mhm.
also didn't play into favor. Like maybe if there was like tulle or like
Yeah,
something else to
chiffon
go with
type of
it,
look.
kind of like
Yeah.
soften the cut, it would have been like
Yeah.
a little more fun. But I just think the sheer cut was just it was
Hmm.
for me.
There's one look that I think, I don't know if it's going to divide us or not, but people online are at least kind of wondering about Barry Keoghan's look. Like, were you a fan of it? Did you like it? Like, what's everyone's thoughts?
I know
Love.
Molly and I, we both put it in our favorites.
Oh,
And
you did? Okay.
we both said
I
I loved it.
I need to look at it. Let's
I
see.
did too. I think like I was showing my best friend a picture of it yesterday because I was telling her about what we were filming and I was like, just look how good. Like I love his outfit and she got mad. She was like, it doesn't match. It doesn't. I don't like it. And I haven't seen her since. Like it has been 24 hours and I haven't seen her because I have to distance myself.
Have
But
You
friendship.
need to take a break. Yeah.
right, right. Like I just think the pants really did it for me, like the checkered red pants, and maybe it didn't match the top as much, but I don't care. I loved it.
I'm a fan of the jacket. I'm looking at it right now. I really love the jacket, and it, like we said, it's kind of straying away from the boring black suit moment. So I respect that. The pants, I'm divided on, but I do like the top half. I can't make a decision about the bottom, but I do like it for the most part, I think.
I think it kind of goes off what we were saying exactly for Rosamund Pike is like
Yeah.
playing homage like to who you're there representing. And I personally think he did a great job. This gives me very Saltburn energy.
Mhm.
I personally love the pants. I gotta say, I think the checkered pants was such a fun move, not something you commonly see. And you know what? The loafers, like I just think it all came together. Like it's kind of exactly like his character in Saltburn. This is how I imagine the older Oliver would dress now being owning the mansion. So I think for me it worked. You know?
It's
Yeah.
got a grunge look to it. The more
Yeah.
I look at it, and I like it.
Which
But
that movie is Y2K. So
yeah.
I'll take it. Take it.
I just like yeah, like the risk, I guess it's because like it's
Mhm.
a very like unique and I don't know. I always get happy whenever like actors they like dress for like representing like what they're being like nominated for. Like I thought that was like really cool and like you know a lot of like yeah male actors it's like black suits and stuff which is like nice but it's always fun to see
Yeah.
variety.
Yeah. So do we want to get into some of our favorites of the night? Because I feel like we shared quite a few of them as well.
Yeah.
My number one was Margot Robbie. I'm such a fan of the way, like we were talking about paying homage to what you're representing at the awards, and I've been the biggest fan of all her Barbie outfits throughout the whole press tour. And then I don't know why I didn't expect her to pull out a Barbie look for the Golden Globes. It just didn't even cross my mind. But when she stepped out and she was the, I think it was Superstar Barbie or something I saw
Mm,
online. I was like, oh my God, it's back because we
yeah.
hadn't seen her do a Barbie look in so long. And so I just think that's such a fun way to kind of express the pride you have for your project. And you can tell how proud she is of producing and starring in that project. So, and she switched for the after party. She did like the black version of that dress, like same dress, but I guess the toy, you could like transform it to two different dresses. So I appreciated that. And just that was definitely one of my favorites of the night.
Yeah, and speaking of like paying homage, two looks that I really liked on my list were Brie Larson. She had
Yeah.
like the lavender 1950s kind of cut dress, and I thought that was so fun. Like obviously it's not like your typical Golden Globes gown that
Yeah.
you see, but I think she was really like showing off her character and like her story, and I thought that was really cool. And
Yeah.
another one that I bring this up because it wasn't a favorite because I wish that it had like a little more to it. But Riley Keough, her boho look
Yeah.
definitely was Daisy Jones, and I have to admit, like I liked it. Like I liked that it was
Yeah.
paying homage to her. It was very 70s, very fun. So I definitely think that gown could have had a little more to it. but I do have to bring it up for perfectly representing her story and what she was there for. So
Yeah, I agree. And her hair looked so amazing with that look. Like
beautiful.
it was so gorgeous. Um, let's see, Molly, Sasha, do you guys want to give us one of your favorites?
Yeah, I really liked Taylor Swift's
Oh my God.
look.
So good.
The like I don't really recall her wearing a lot of green stuff, so yeah, and it suited her so well. I can't explain it, but I loved how her hair was done, the way it was like
Her hair looked amazing.
curled. Her makeup, it's like it's so like cause like she's always wearing like, you know, her signature red lipstick, and it was like really nice to see like her do something different, and like she was definitely a standout. I Margot Robbie, I really loved her look. That was just like so fun, and pink's like my favorite color. I like Io Edeberry's dress. That was like it was so great. Um, sorry, I like wrote these down like so last minute.
You're fine. Yeah.
Um, Greta Gerwig's outfit
She
that
looked
was really
great.
great.
Beautiful.
And Jillian, is it Jillian? Yeah,
I think
Jillian
so.
Anderson.
Yeah.
She was so stunning.
She looked
Yeah.
amazing.
Um,
Um, Yeah, and for the Taylor Swift one, I just love when she wears an outfit, and lately I feel like it just causes like mania online about trying to figure out what she's like alluding to. People were like
Debut
arguing
TV.
if it were debut TV, that's what I thought. But then she had a steak ring
I
on, and
was
of course
thinking
steak green.
Reputation.
Yeah, so like people were like, is it Reputation?
I was
And
thinking, is it a whole new album together? So
yes, yeah, or that one. Like I
yeah.
just I think one of the most fun parts about Taylor's red carpet looks is just the online discourse that immediately starts, you know. Um uh yeah, I also really liked
Yeah.
Camilla Marone's outfit. I don't know if y'all saw hers. I don't remember seeing her at the show at all, but I saw her
Mhm.
look online, of course. It was very simple, very chic, like white dress with like a kind of the sash she wore around it. And of course, that's pretty simple, but she just looked so elegant, and chic is like the only word I can think of. And it kind of fit like Camilla's character, I think, on Daisy Jones, who was also named Camilla. So I loved that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I my favorites, Meryl Streep. She had
Oh,
like a Diane Keaton moment, like the black and white. And then also like it was like sparkly, and I just love Meryl Streep, so there's that. But I'd have to say my favorite was Danielle Brooks. I love her so much, and she was wearing orange, and like she's my favorite character, and orange is the new black. So
oh, that's
there was
fun.
that.
Yeah.
And like I just think that she looked like radiant in that dress. Like it was just she looked so good. So like I don't know, I just loved it. And then I'm excited to see The Color Purple. I haven't seen it, and I'm
I need
sure she'll
to
do
too.
great in it. She's just so like resplendent. I love her so much, and she looked so great. And like the flowy dress, it was just so pretty. I loved it so much.
No, I totally agree. She looked stunning. Another one I really loved was Olivia, or not Olivia, Elizabeth Olsen. She looked so good. I think it was like a Vivienne Westwood dress. And I wrote down in our notes that I think I was a fan of the dress, but her glam was so good. Like the red lips, I really think she rocks red lips just as good as Taylor Swift. And so I think the mix of the red lips she had with the white, really like intricate dress she had on, like just really popped. That was another one of my faves for sure.
Yeah, another one of my favorites I have to say is Janelle James. She had
Oh,
like a green and black moment, but it was just overall like the cut of the dress was so elegant.
that
It was
is
such a beautiful gown. The sleeves were perfect. Like every little detail on that dress I loved. I think it really made her pop and like really suited her super well. And yeah, it wasn't really paying homage to Abbott from what I could see. Maybe she's awkward, but overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought she was
yes.
like she had one of the dresses. I was like, yeah, that's award ceremony. Like she's here for the Golden Globes. That really
Yes.
took my breath away.
Very old Hollywood looks, I think, for the
Mhm.
night. I'm looking at Janelle's on our list right now. Like something about the train look is so old Hollywood to me. And I'll send y'all the picture so we can like insert it of this one specific picture of Taylor. It has like this old Hollywood film over it, but like she looked so old Hollywood, and I think with her hair, and then Margot Robbie's too, I think at times was also kind of giving this old Hollywood look to me, which I was living for. I loved that vibe. We need a Met Gala like old Hollywood if we haven't gotten that already.
Right?
Correct me if I'm wrong. But
Mhm.
yeah. Let's see.
Kind of speaking of Margot Robbie again, I know you talked about the pink to the black,
Yes.
but one I really liked was Haley Steinfeld's pink and black
Oh
look. I don't know.
yeah.
Everyone was suspecting that we were going to get a lot of pink and black for Barbenheimer,
Mhm.
and Haley Steinfeld definitely was leaning into that old Hollywood,
I
Audrey
love that.
Hepburn.
Yes, so Audrey
Um,
Hepburn.
the cut, the gloves, everything was so cute. Her hair. I think she overall really put a good look into this, and yeah, I was gonna say I was a big fan. That one was great.
Yeah. Speaking of the pink, I loved J-Lo. I liked the whole dress, but I was really loving, I can't remember now from the picture if those are the sleeves or if it was a train like sash she had, kind of wrapped around the dress. But the flower detail of the train or the sash, whatever it was so gorgeous. And pink is a great color on her.
Yeah.
And going back to Brie Larson, I meant to add purple was really working for Brie Larson too. Like it
Yes.
was
That was such a
gorgeous.
cute dress.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. Right. Any other favorites anyone wants to highlight?
I think
I
America
love it.
Ferrera.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah, you go.
America's. No, no, no.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I loved Emily Blunt and John Krasinski just
Oh,
because they're
cute.
my favorite people to ever walk planet Earth.
A
But
big
yeah, no, you go
I
ahead.
loved was her wearing his jacket for the award ceremony. That's so cute.
Yes.
So
Oh, so
adorable.
cute.
I know.
And I don't remember seeing a ton of after party looks, but I think I remember really liking Jennifer Lawrence's after party look. I loved her red carpet look too, but something about her after party look was so 70s, so kind of Daisy Jones-esque to me. Like I'll send a picture to you guys, but it looked really good and I appreciated just how chic it was.
I wasn't the hugest fan of her red carpet look. I thought it was
Okay.
beautiful on her, but I just felt like
Yeah.
it was very simple and like just
Yeah.
been like more like I've always loved Jennifer Lawrence's fashion, so I was a little shocked to see her in this dress. But now I'm excited to see the after party because you're hyping it up. So I think she could have
Yeah.
on that. But yeah,
Yeah. I think I was overall a really big fan of all the looks this year. And I'm proud of the guys for, raising the bar for the most part on moving away from just the tux. I was such a fan of it. Like,
yeah,
but best dressed guy of the night was Jonathan Bailey, in my opinion. He looked amazing.
I gotta go with Barry Keoghan. Gotta
Okay,
go.
Me
I
too.
respect it.
I'm going Barry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guys, I think that kind of covers our top red carpet looks and bottom red carpet looks. But overall, I think the Golden Globes was a great start to the awards circuit. I think we had some really low moments for sure, but I think we also had some really high moments too. So
Yes.
I'm excited to see what the rest of this month and the rest of the circuit
Yeah.
brings us and see who wins. Will Barbie take more home?
Justice for Barbie.
Justice for Barbie. Let's hope.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for listening. This is so much fun. Yeah. All
Bye.
right. Bye, Sneak Peekers.